Hi everyone and welcome to yesterday's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. So again, I didn't know there was on Monday, so put me a day behind. I read that GH might be preempted today, so we'll keep an eye on that. But real fast, I have points to dole out in the Guess the Date game because I'm behind a day. But in any event, Bonnie guessed that someone would be back from the dead in January, and wouldn't you know, called it. So we have another point given out in the Guess the Date game. If you have any guesses, you can put them down in the comments. I have suggestions in the description, and you can keep it as vague or specific as you want, even do a whole month if not a specific day. But let's get to today's recap because oh my goodness. So at Crimson, Olivia gets news on Leo and she's headed to General Hospital. At the new secret office, Rudge lets the boss know that Julian is being handled. At General Hospital, Julian insists Sam and Jason hear him out. He says that he was the target of the bomb and then offers them the truth. So they show him the picture and Sam thinks it's him and, what's going on? Why is this picture of you? Why was it there? And he says everything that happened is about the family and he'll tell them everything. So he's about to tell them everything when Olivia comes running in and they talk to her and something happened to Leo. So Ned is there and says that when he got to the sitter, Leo was on the floor alone with an open bottle of aspirin, with some aspirin in his hand, and they don't know if he took any, and, the sitter says she doesn't know anything about the bottle of aspirin, that she was going to check on a noise, and she left him alone for a second, which she shouldn't have done, but, nobody's perfect, what are you gonna do? And Olivia says that, none of this makes sense, she came with perfect recommendations, what's going on? So, and that she didn't know anything about the aspirin. She wouldn't have left him alone if there was, yeah. But, she shouldn't have left him alone in the first place. Anyway, so Olivia blames herself, and she's, really torturing herself about it. And Julian's like, stop, don't, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. So, Leo is fine. They pumped his stomach just, in case, and they're going to keep him overnight as a precaution. So, Olivia and Ned are over the bed with Leo. And Julian's standing in the doorway, literally like a wounded puppy. But, not, I don't know. I just was, really feeling for him in that moment. And he thanks Ned for saving his son and is glad someone will be there to take care of Leo when he's not there. And, the whole thing is very, not sounding good, So Julian's leaving and he says he has to take care of something. But Jason asks him what he was going to tell them. So he says that things have changed and that families aren't off limits anymore. And if Jason investigates any further, they may target Sam and Danny. And he wishes he could say more. And they don't buy it. They don't buy it at all. And back in the room with Leo, Olivia wants Ned to be Leo's father figure. And he's up for it. And I absolutely love them together. So much. But I hope Sam and Jason, they're good at piecing puzzle pieces together. So I really hope they can piece together the whole Julie was about to tell us something, Leo got hurt, and he's talking about families not being off limits. Should put those puzzles together. Now let's get to the happy, exciting part of the episode, the wedding. Oh, I've been waiting for this wedding for so long, you have no idea. So Maxie and crew are headed downstairs to the wedding. Spinelli's there and he's making sure that there's no more problems, so he won't let Nathan see Maxie before the wedding. He has him blindfold himself because you just can't take any chances. And honestly, yeah, with this couple you can't take any chances. So I realize that he reminds me a little bit of Brian Craig. I can't place, but there's something about him that I'm you remind me of Brian Craig. So Maxie can't believe how gorgeous the venue is and how, everything looks. Andre arrives. Curtis comes back and says that Jordan can meet Buzz, but it has to be tonight. And his contact only feels comfortable moving him at a certain time. And Andre doesn't think this is a good idea and that she's compromising her ethics. But, she doesn't tell him how to do his job, so I don't know. I feel like they got on a good path and now suddenly they're, veering off it again. So he wants her to choose not to go with Curtis. And I was like, that then doesn't really sound like a choice, right? But in any event, okay, so back at like the wedding. Georgie is there, and she's grown up a little bit, and she's so adorable. Felicia gets a call, and like just goes to get the call. Anna and Emma arrive, and Griffin also arrives. I was like, yeah, it can't be a wedding without Griffin. And there's a problem, apparently. But we'll get to that in a second because it's very hard to chronicle this whole thing. So Griffin and Anna are talking, and he doesn't know why this like wedding's so urgent and out of the blue, and he doesn't know about Claudette either. So Charlotte and Valentine are also there, and it turns out the bad news, well, the problem is that Lucy, who was supposed to officiate, can't be there. She got delayed and isn't getting back into Port Charles till midnight, so they have to find someone else to marry them, like ASAP. So Robin comes back in and is like, when I left, like, there was a wedding, and now suddenly there's, like, no wedding. What's going on? And Mac tells her, what happened with Lucy and that they'll have to start all over again. And Robin's like, hello, there's someone here that can officiate the wedding, Spinelli, and he was ordained for Sam and Jason's wedding. So Spinelli thought that they may prefer another officiant because of, he and Maxie's previous relationship, but Maxie would love to have him officiate, and Nathan would too. So I'm just sitting here like, could Griffin not have officiated? Like, I mean, I know technically, but like, he's done priest stuff even though he stepped away from it because it was like an emergency. So like, could he not have? I don't know. Anyway, so Anna tells Griffin that they'll talk after the ceremony, and I'm like, yeah, otherwise he'd punch Valentine in the face again. Lulu and Valentine are left alone for a second, and she wants Valentine to leave. Pick your battles, Lulu. You know that wasn't going to happen. And that he's not welcome. And Nina comes over, and she's like, he is. He and Charlotte are my guests. And I'm like, girl. And that she thinks it's too soon for Charlotte to know about Lulu. And again, I'm sitting here like, this is the girl who had 3 fathers in the span of like 3 days. Like, I think she can handle it. So Lulu's crying a little at the bar, but she stops herself, and Dante comes over. And I was like, can Nina not see the pain she's putting Lulu through? Like, I know, I can't, I have something, but like, I can't articulate it like how I want to, so I'll save it until like I really form the thought, and then give it to you. So Anna lets Valentine know she's close to the truth, and then he's like, sinners don't always pay for their crimes, wouldn't you know, Anna? And I'm like, what is going on between these two? Because it is interesting, and we only know half the story, and I want to know more of the story. So the wedding is starting. Emma and Georgie are flower girls, and Mac walks Maxie down the aisle, and someone yells, stop. It's Obrecht, and she objects strenuously, and Nathan's like, really? So she was texted about the wedding, and she feels like that was like disrespectful, and I'm like thinking of like Maleficent, like not being invited to that wedding, and I'm like, don't Maleficent this. So everyone's like, yeah, we were all texted too, like it was last minute, and she's like, yeah, but I'm the mother of a groom, so like I should have, and like I don't disagree with her, but like, I mean, this really was last minute. So she feels that he didn't care if she was there because they were starting without her, and I mean, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of get your point a little bit, but like at the same time, So he says that he just got distracted with everything going on. No one, and she's like, well, no one noticed I was missing, and he says it means a lot that she's here, and Maxie calls her mother-in-law in German, and that's just, I mean, if you want to get to Obrecht's heart, just speak to her in German, because it seems to work really well. And then they sit her by Felicia and Mac and Robin, and I'm sitting here like, oh my god, like, I can't believe that Robin can even be in a room with her. Like, Robin's a bigger person than I am. I mean, I know in soap opera world you have to adapt and adjust because it's always changing, but like, it takes me longer to adapt and adjust, okay? So we're back on track for the wedding. Jordan gets a text from Curtis, and she leaves, and Andre's annoyed. And I mean, like, superficially, I get it, but it's not like he doesn't have anyone else there. Like, he has Anna to hang out with at the reception. But like, this is police business, so he needs to get over it. Like, I'm sorry, I know that's mean, but it's police business. It's not like she's going off and eloping with Curtis, okay? Impromptu vows and flashbacks, their first meeting, the kind of living together because he's subletting and she moved back, and the nurse's ball dinner, them being handcuffed, my phone just shut my notes down 1 second, the falling asleep on the couch together while being handcuffed, the first kiss over Levi's body, that they cropped out Levi's body at the bottom, but we all know their first kiss was literally over Levi's dead body. Remember him? Flashback. And the date I totally called and I was so excited about. And, like, I almost cried because it was, like, the best montage. I don't know if you, like, if you've been watching for a while, you already know this about me, but I'm a huge fan of Maxie and Nathan. Like, from the first time they saw each other, I was like, yes, make that happen. And I just, like the best wedding. Like, this is one of the, I mean, I guess there's been other couples I've been watching enough, but I feel like this is the first couple I've really watched from the very, very beginning, and now we're here. Like, Lante, they were already, like, fully on dating by the time I started watching, and they're my other favorite couple, and, I mean, Scrubs, they were already married by the time I started watching, so it just, oh, it means so much. No, they weren't. Oh, yeah, they were. Oh, never mind. I just figured something out. Anyway, so they're officially married, and I'm just so happy they're official. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out. I forget I'm mic'd. So Anna remembers something during the wedding. She remembers holding her watch and then someone approaching her, and she's like, no, stop, stop. And that voice, okay, so I've only heard Stavros' voice a few times because, like, when they brought him on with that whole Lulu mess, and the voice to me, I think, sounded like Stavros. If you recognize it somewhere else, please let me know, because, like, I'm grasping at straws here. And I'm like, I don't know what they're trying to do here. I really don't. But if they go the way, I'm not going to say it because it's still very new in my head and I haven't thought it through yet. But if they're going where, like, they might be going, I'm going to be like, what? And now, end scene. So reception time, all the tables are back. Seriously, the best. Like, seriously. And I wish Spinelli could have been, like, the real Spinelli, but I just want to take this time to thank the new Spinelli, the temporary new Spinelli, for stepping in. It's much, much appreciated. It's better to have a Spinelli presence there than not at all. And then he seems to be the only one who noticed that Jason and Sam weren't there. And Robin's like, oh yeah, they were supposed to be here. I wonder what happened. Jason wants Sam to take it easy because he realizes they've been pretty liberal with the take it easy instruction. Olivia thinks Julian won't be happy having Ned in Leo's life, and Ned tells her about the conversation they had in the doorway, and he's kind of surprised that Julian wasn't, like, ready to use this for leverage to get, like, custody or something, and that he almost, like, he seemed grateful. Like, it was very odd to Ned. So Julian's there at the secret office, and the boss is revealed. So I wore my robe that happens to look exactly like the outfit she's wearing. And you probably already know, because I know I'm a day late, but the boss is Olivia Jerome, or Olivia St. John, whatever her name is. I looked it up. I saw two names, but oh my goodness. Wow. So they're gonna have two Olivias. It's gonna be so crazy. Oh my goodness. I mean, I know everyone was kind of calling it, so I'm not, like, surprised, but I'm surprised. You know, I'm surprised. It's a worthwhile reveal. I'm ready for it. Woo! All right. So that is it for yesterday's General Hospital. I'll let you know on the preempt if they really are preempting it today. If they are, then I guess I'll see you tomorrow, because they're preempting Friday for whatever reason. Who knows? And so I might only see you one more time this week, but I will stop rambling now, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!